Good evening everyone, welcome back to Tom Plays EU4 for absolute beginners. We are back with Great Britain and paying loans again. Fabulous. Right, okay, so I'm just thinking we've got a lot of excess military power. I think we are quite ahead. So I'm wondering if we should try and use some of that to get the new institution to spread a little faster. Oh, brilliant. Definitely good timing, we do need that. Right, so if I just put some military into Oxford, should help this to grow quite a bit. Lost an admiral, that's fine. I just don't want to fall too far behind, ironically, because of the military tech. Okay, so what do we need to do next? Probably, honestly, just spin on the time. Okay, that's fine. More loan renewals. I think that one's bad news for Cebu, but they'll survive. Oh, brilliant. Okay, well that doesn't tell us. I'm assuming English West Indies know what they're doing. What it doesn't tell us is whether it's still possible to annex Cebu. Well, it won't be anyway. Not annex, vassalize. It is, just about, thankfully. It looks like they've been invaded and haven't dragged us in. Or at least, they've invaded someone. Oh, not Cebu. Okay. So guess we'll leave them to it. At least we can recover our war exhaustion a bit. It's such a small amount, but I still feel like we should be boosting stability instead. Falling behind on admin power isn't that important. The main concern I've got is that we could do with some more ideas, another idea group. Especially if it's going to take us a while to get this technology done. Now, how close are we to fulfilling this goal? 75% of the force limit. Right, so we do need a fair bit more actually, don't we? I really hope our colonies know what they're doing. Okay, so our supply limit was... oh, good grief. Okay. Nobles worried about? Yep, thanks, just destroy the stability that I just spent admin power on. The manufacturers can benefit because we desperately need admin power. Nobility are mildly disloyal, but they'll be back in no time. Is So if I can actually look at this, supply limit is 38. So got room for 6 more troops. Might just do 4 of each. Might repair loan first though. Need to get serious about getting these loans repaid because we also can't vassalize Cebu until we can give them gifts. There we go. Right, so that's a loan repaid. We should hopefully be able to get these army bits built. So I'm thinking it needs to be 3 of each, doesn't it, if the limit is 38. There we go. Right, so we're probably going to carry on making troops here. It's just that we won't be able to put them there. Might as well try and get them to 50, identical with these armies up here. Right. Let us gather our ships in Cornwall. Not sure there's actually any need to gather ships before sending them, but I just feel better having them all in one big fleet. After all, eventually Portugal and Castile are going to run out of people to declare war on. So, really need to move this along. Okay. Ivory Coast. There we go. Oh, it's Holland. Right. Fair enough. Can we actually declare war on Portugal themselves? We can, but only with the goal of taking colonies. Alright, all adjacent colonies. That doesn't sound bad. Don't get as much prestige for doing it, but less cost. Gender is about to expire. Right, okay, that's a concern. Okay, well, with that in mind, well, let's just let these guys finish, because I want to work out exactly what else we want to be making. But it should be pretty obvious, to be fair. And if nothing else... Oi. Let me select it. Nothing else, we need 1 cavalry. So that's something we do know. Just brings us up to 4. Just a standard. I doubt the cavalry's honestly a huge amount of use in this day and age. But, okay, so we've lost claims on Norway. That's no good. Well, not exactly surprising. Concerns me is we're going to start losing claims on Portugal. Right. So... can we boost stability again? We can. Awesome. Okay, so once we've got the cavalry, we'll have 22 infantry and 13 artillery. And we should have 29 and 17. So we want 3 more artillery. I guess 7 more infantry. Okay, shouldn't we get a merchant for this? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we should. Also, this army is technically not needed now. Because I don't believe we have a colony to defend. Oh, actually, there are colonies we could make up there. It's just actually getting to them is the problem. Portugal's done a very good job of cutting us off. But if we weren't too worried about getting random uprisings, we could actually try and make use of our colonists. I feel like it's worth risking. And what we can do is try to bring this army around. Oh, there's a new merchant. Right, so this is in the Americas. Kind of feel like a new merchant should be here as well. We have to go quite a way down now. Well, there's also an option to collect trade from Sevilla. California is an option. Guessing Valencia is another one where we'd just have to collect from trade. Well, seeing as it was the Californian state that created this one, I guess we'll just do California. So transfer trade power. I think our money is so volatile now that I'm never going to be able to tell what effect it's had. I guess in theory we will be sending things this way rather than in those directions, but not really sure. Not going to worry too much. Okay, so where else are we? Right, so we were going to revoke a government reform, although I've happily used all 4 of our colonists now. So might want to wait until a colonist has re-emerged. Let's just go pick them up. Being optimistic. So the other thing I was originally thinking was we could bring them down to join our Australasian army, which would also have worked. Right, so I don't want to send anyone else over there now. I'm going to bring everyone to here, but it will make an army of 50 again, which is fine, but possibly not enough. So we need to make some more troops. So how about we just build some infantry and artillery in Africa? I'm just going to do infantry for now. Basically because infantry are cheaper and faster to build, and I don't want the agenda to run out. Now I think that should put us above 75%. Give him our best general. Better diplomatic reputation. Well, that is a good thing, I have to say. So, let's just go for it. Just relates to how everyone else sees us. Okay, so we've completed that estate and we've gained a new general. Doesn't look like we have too many, which is good. Tariffs on tobacco, Newfoundland. I very much doubt we haven't taxed Newfoundland already. We have, they're on 18, so I'm going to leave it be. And our spy in Portugal has been discovered. No big surprise there. Brunei, Castile. Oh, interesting. Okay, well that's not a bad thing. Right, so we can summon another diet, not surprisingly, because that one took forever. Okay, investing in prosperity is a good thing. The nobility wants us to integrate Brittany. And the burghers want a new naval equipment manufactory. Right, well the burghers are the most loyal. Smugglers. Okay, I don't want to, but I'm going to stop them because I can't afford the loss of trade efficiency. It's probably going to hurt us more than the lost money. This is probably a good time to invest, to be honest. Question now is, where actually is that? My geographical knowledge lets me down. There we go. Next to Sierra Leone. Okay, so this is going to be admin power. At least it'll be pretty cheap. There we go. Nice and easy. So in theory, that will have helped with the Enlightenment, but in practice, we're so far from getting the Enlightenment there that it's not going to make any difference. Brilliant. So ideally we want to bring those over to the Americas, actually. It's going to be interesting. Okay, why do I only have 49 troops in theory? 22, 3, 13, 713. Oh, there should be a 4th artillery. Okay, that's fine then. Is there anywhere I can move you to? No, but we could move you together and then split you up. Just thinking about bringing those African troops over. Administrative or military, so we have to do one of the two. I'm going to go with army tradition and navy tradition simply because I find those harder to obtain. Can't afford an admiral yet. That's fine. Do have a spare diplomat. Let's do Brittany. So in theory that that agenda to annex Brittany would have been quite useful, because normally you lose diplomatic reputation, and I think it exempts you from that. But at the same time, as vassals go, Britain is a pretty good one, and they'd also be pretty expensive to annex. 1039 diplomatic power. So, not that keen. Okay, show charity. Definitely worth it for 20 ducats. Especially because we're not currently in a position to do anything if there's an uprising. Which reminds me that we are supposed to be trying to get these troops over. So if we put you here, we can actually move you to North America. It's fine. Still very low on manpower. Deeply tempted to actually attack them. The problem is, I mean, Portugal's low on manpower, but what about these guys? You know, they may well have plenty. And yeah, I mean, this one alone has got half of our manpower. This is another reason we want to keep building the army, because our manpower is quite high. So effectively, once it gets to maximum, we're going to be wasting it every month. And of course, it costs manpower to make new troops, so we may as well get our army built. Just bringing those together and splitting them so we can bring the African army over here, and I probably will make them into one big army. We're almost reaching the point where we might be fighting the American war without mercenaries, but I suspect we'll still need them. Hence the need to reduce the loans. Send you back down here. And we want to bring you somehow to the colonies that we're making. I guess head to Newfoundland. Ah, brilliant. Oh no, hang on. That's not brilliant. That's really bad. Still, they're losing imperial authority all the time because they have so few princes left. And they're so split up in terms of religion. 28 heretic princes. That means almost everyone's a heretic. They'd benefit from changing the dominant faith. We have lost a philosopher. Okay. Right, let's try and get you across to one of our actual colonies. So, maybe this one. Just in case there's an uprising. But yeah, this should help bolster Newfoundland at least. Give you that. Tradition 40 general. Okay, we've started losing our claims on Portugal. That's really bad news. Might not matter that much. It seems like the main concern we had last time was to do with actually occupying areas rather than the claims we had. But still. Never great news. Alright, already improving. Okay, let's improve with you. Probably send you up somewhere a bit more central, honestly. Okay, I've had an uprising. Probably going to be... Oh no, we're not too far away. Brilliant. Just in time. So just for the record, when we do come to revoke our government policy, it's here I think. Government screen, and up here government reforms, and I think it was this one. Nope, it's not this one. Nope, also not that one. economical matters. Gave us an extra colonist, so we would want to see if we could swap or something. But we may as well finish one of these colonies first. Actually, let's just move there. And we should be able to start making claims on Portuguese Brazil again. The eternal dilemma of how much army is enough army. The answer being that no amount is enough while we've still got all these loans, of course. Head to Minnesota. I haven't really been checking on these wars that our colonies have been waging. I mean, I haven't seen them getting completely stomped on. Although that doesn't look good. Actually, that doesn't look great either. I'm sure we had some territories there. Oh well, as long as the colonies aren't being destroyed. Elephants, great. Something else to worry about when we finally get around to India, if we ever do. As time is slowly running out. Okay, haven't done British Peru for a bit, I don't think. Let's improve relations with them. And we'll just spin on because we need to get some loans paid. Okay, Rise of a Pretender. So, someone... Charles Cromwell, well of course. Oh brilliant, the air is almost as good. Right, so we're at least doing pretty well for our monarchs for a bit. Right, let us get a better general. And to divert the navy. Force limit still nowhere near. So if we don't bother with the cavalry for now, we would normally have room for 9 more infantry and 7 more artillery. Never going to pay his loans off if I keep buying more troops then. So our legitimacy has gone down a great deal again. This is because her claim wasn't as good. Basically because everyone's sexist. Also, can we... oh yeah. And Croatian. Interesting. Right, so we're going to have to put up with some more unrest. Our income has gone way down. We can boost stability, which should help a bit. And we have a decision we can make. Establish Sunday schools. Right. They're don't appear to be any drawbacks to this, so I'm going to go ahead with it. Even though it's been a while since we've needed missionaries. That may change. So we really should have an admiral. Oh, brilliant. Got a castle. And they've also split their army. Quite ironic having someone called Cromwell begin their uprising in Ireland. I seem to remember the real Cromwell didn't get on very well with the Irish. So yeah, basically we've got a couple of excellent monarchs now. So with or without advisors, we should be gaining quite a bit of monarch power. Right, let's do production efficiency. Seeing as I'd already gone ahead with the stability increase. Fort defense, I'm not too fussed about right now. So we'll just save the money. Because insanely we're actually losing money now. That's worrying. To be fair, we've got some injured troops, so once we fix that, things may improve. Let's get you back across to Asturias. Let's give you a general. So I'm hoping the finances will stabilise. Oh, we can also fix our legitimacy, sanctioned dynasty. So I'm guessing that's part of the problem as well. Income from vassals goes down at least. So yeah, the sooner we can fix that, the better, really. Oh, we get to government reforms by going there as well. Fair enough. And apparently we're being blockaded. Oh, brilliant. Okay, so stability's at 3. That will probably sort out the money by itself. I mean, not enough, of course, but yeah, it'll make a difference. Reduce inflation as well to help further. Great. Yeah, I'm not missing the chance to raise tax in all of those areas. Not going well though. It's like, I think we're actually going to end this episode with more loans than we started with, which was not the idea. Okay, so if I move you down there. Losing claims again. Okay, apparently we can move forward. Governing capacity. autonomy. Quarantine the port. Kingdom for the people. Divine rights. I think governing. Regional representation looks pretty good actually. So minimum autonomy basically means that we can have more control over every province, and I think the autonomy is reducing over time due to one of our other ones, and also co-creation costs would be good. So although governing capacity is good, you can actually raise that up here. So I think that's how many states we can make. So yeah, I kind of feel like that's a better option. So I think the only other thing we needed to do was, they're all infantry, aren't they? I think 7 more artillery. Minus the cavalry, that would make them a standard army as far as we're concerned. So we could put the cavalry in as well, although I'm expecting to make them one big army, at least to start with. But I suppose it doesn't hurt. Okay, so now we have effectively 4 standard armies, although 2 of them we have to split up, and we can build on that more gradually. However, we really need to stop building on that because I don't think we can afford them, which is something I hadn't really factored in. So yeah, that might have been a mistake. But we'll see, because as our legitimacy improves, we should find that our income goes up as well. There you go, as if by magic. But we really are losing claims all the time now, so we're just going to have to keep remaking them, which is a nuisance. Okay, right, so in theory we've now lost one of these, but of course we just spent all of our government power, so we need 50 government reform to change. So we will do that. But not right away, of course. I think they've filled in most of the gaps for us now anyway. Okay, no, there are other places we can still colonise. Pretty sure we've done 13 colonies. Congo has abolished slavery, good for them. Frisian Alaska, right. So they've kind of cut us off from there, I think. Not too worried though, at the moment. Have another decision we can make. Oh, abolish slavery, totally up for that. If nothing else, I feel like the army is basically the size it should be now, so we can leave the manpower to recover a bit. Extra merchants or monetary benefits. Let's do extra merchants because most of our money comes from trade. That should be fine. It's kind of hard not to wonder whether I could actually do something just with what we've got. Okay, that's Austria though. I'm sure Austria can handle it. Heavy frigates. Honestly, we may as well do flexible negotiations. Portugal. Loans, yeah, it's still no good. Still no good, can't keep it up. May as well annex these guys while we're at it. And Cebu is gone. Whoa, okay. Clearly I wasn't paying attention. Right, okay. Oh, thanks Brittany. That's kind of a minor shock. Okay, right, fine. So that should mean that we actually have room for more allies and things. So we should maybe give this a bit of thought. Marion, that's not good. That is good. Commonwealth still hates us. Really think we should give up on being friends with them. Oh, we can actually rival Portugal though. Well, that makes more sense. Okay. Maybe I won't give up on them just yet then. Just thinking about other allies. I mean, trying to vassalize Albania is still an option, potentially. Okay, we've got another merchant. I am going to hazard a guess that this merchant's probably connected to Australia. Not totally sure, but might want to put a merchant over there somewhere. On the other hand, it has to go through this area, which we don't have any control over whatsoever. So maybe not. Maybe we'd be better off, like, collecting from trade in Sevilla or something. Man, you're already collecting in Genoa, aren't we? So we could actually pass trade along in Sevilla. Yeah, let's transfer trade power. Not very optimistic about ever working out the best setup for the merchants, but hey, if you were doing this you totally could if you wanted to take an awful lot of time working them out. Bearing in mind we now have like 14. So that's quite a lot of working out. In theory, we should be absolutely rolling in money. So right, originally one of the reasons we wanted to get the loans down was because we wanted to vassalise Cebu, and we can't give gifts to people. Well, we've got so many loans. Obviously the other reason is if we find out that Portugal is too powerful for us still, we need to be able to buy more merchants. Merchants? Mercenaries. But I'm still kind of wondering. Or even with the additional power we now have, I'm even wondering about Friesland again. Red River, yep, sounds good. Alright, that's why 13 colonies isn't willing to help. So, wondering what the problem was there. Annoying Portugal is always worthwhile. Nobility are quite low. Yeah, I'd love to. Where is this? Aha! I think we should go for it. Probably not this session though, because that immediately gives us a claim on Norway, or, well, not a claim, but a casus belli, and that will drag Friesland into the war. So I'm going to stop trying to improve relations with the Commonwealth because it has got us absolutely nowhere. I'm going to start spying on Friesland again, because they also have colonial lands up here. But it's likely to be the plateau that we want anyway. We'll start building it. Okay, so I think that's decided me. We're going to take a bit of a risk and invade Friesland next time. So that means we're going to want to move our army down here. We probably don't need the full army, to be fair. Maybe we'll just take this one. Hopefully the north will overwhelm them anyway. We can use our European armies to deal with Norway, and France and Austria should be able to deal with Friesland and their other allies. And if we're lucky, I mean it's tricky because we're attacking Norway, so we might not be able to get away with claiming enough to form a new colonial nation, but we might. It's worth a try. And if Portugal attacks, we'll just deal with it. Hopefully we can even get some money out of it. Okay, so military tech. Because we can always use military tech, especially when we're about to go to war. I don't know, Royal Mortar, that's fine. probably can't afford any of those, but we can at least do fort defence for the war. And at least it'll make the next session marginally more interesting, hopefully. It's taking way longer than I'd anticipated, but it's my own fault. I've been building the army instead of paying loans back. Probably should do it the other way around, really. But still. Just going to send you across to deal with those pirates. And I think that's almost everything. Let's just get you into position. Nothing else that'll use up some of the manpower we've been saving. Finally getting an admin tech. Okay, so I'll leave you there for now, because you'll take damage, won't you? As soon as we drop you off. So we're probably better off picking you up first and moving you across. Right. Exposed. Okay, Portuguese, Brazil. Can't be helped. Right, I think I am going to stop there. But yeah, at least we've got a way forward. Confidence enough in the army now that if Portugal tries to take advantage, we'll at least be able to give them a run for their money. Also hoping that while we're fighting, we will be able to pay loans off. We at least shouldn't be buying new troops anymore now. And if we can make another colonial nation down here, it will increase our strength in the Americas. So probably worth doing, and it will just allow us to expend some of the military power we've been storing up before we get back to actually invading Portugal, for which we need fewer loans. And we also need to think about making another ally, seeing as we're partway through annexing someone. Pomerania might even be good. Who hates... Actually, does anyone hate Portugal? Mamluks, Malacca. Well, I can't say I'm very keen on Malacca myself. But the Mamluks might be worth allying if we could. Okay, we'd probably need to spend some time improving their opinion of us, but we'll leave that for next time. So not a huge amount happened this time, but, well, we finished building the army. We have our wonderful new queen, who also has a wonderful heir. So we're hopefully, if we're lucky, looking forward to a bit of a golden age. So yeah, we just need to keep on with it. And yeah, we will take the Americas. We will. Somehow. It's just how much else we're going to have time to take after we've done it. I don't think we'll actually take the whole thing. I think it'll just be more that we will beat Portugal down and make it clear that we're the dominant power over there. But yeah. Just so that we know they're not going to attack us. All this time they haven't attacked us anyway, so we might be on the verge of that anyway. But still, best to make sure. Best to break the power if we can. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.